Welcome back to See Ya.
See ya!
Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied.
I'm William Rosen.
I'm John Burke.
Deep to right field. There it goes! See ya!
Every New York sport, every minute. New episodes every Thursday.
Before we dive into today's episode, it's actually episode 31. Me and John, for some reason, thought it was 30 and a big milestone, but that was actually last episode. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and enjoy the show. Welcome back to See Ya, a New York sports podcast. Taken from the legendary Michael K. phrase, there it goes, see ya. I'm William Rosen.
And I'm John Burke.
And today, we're joined with John on video. I'm not sure how this is going to go, if we're going to post this somewhere on Instagram, on Twitter, somewhere. You never know. This could be a highlight reel. This could be something new we're starting. But we're here for episode 30, John. John, we're back. We're trying to consistently upload. We've had a holiday break. We've had some school, but we're back for episode 30. Wow. That feels like it was just...
Yeah, I can't believe it. That's a lot. Although, we haven't done a lot in the
last month. We've been busy, but we're trying to focus more now that the Knicks are looking great. Yankees are in spring training, John. What do you think? Lots of good sports in store. COVID restrictions loosening. Hopefully we'll be at some Yankee games.
That's happening.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be at some Yankee games.
The last couple games haven't been televised. Haven't been so happy about that. Gary's raking. Derek Dietrichs is jacked. He's swagger. Like him a lot.
Well, hopefully, John, when the time's right in this summer, we're going to be going to some Yankee games, hopefully together. We could do some CA exclusives. We are also going to take a day trip up into Somerset, New Jersey. But they got delayed. They got delayed 1 month.
They're delayed
1.5 months because they're AA, and they're the new AA, the Somerset Patriots, affiliated with the New York Yankees. So hopefully there are some, tickets there we can go. But for right now, it's not a New York sports update. It's not New York news. So today we're going to be focusing on coming out today, Thursday, March 4th, the New York Knicks, before tonight's game, are 500. John, I do not expect this coming into this season, especially at this point where, usually not anywhere close. And I do not think this team is going to bond as nicely as they did. John, what are your thoughts on that?
I agree. I thought this team was going to be total trash. The only reason I was going to watch was because there was an increased level of boredom than usual. That game against Spurs reminded me of why I usually do not watch. That was just horrific. And I don't know how he watched that, William, for like 4 years in a row. I don't know how he did it.
When you say it like that, John, it really opens my mind up to what they look like this year, because for you watch every year. John has always watched every year, but
I watched. It's not like I've watched this year. Like I watched when
like me. This is nothing. Like this is the way that they're playing is something new to me, right? But to see them playing this well, I'm going to say late in the season, it feels so different to me. I know to you, halfway, 500. Hopefully they make it above 500, whatever that percentage is, with a 17th win tonight when this episode releases. Tonight will be their
18th because they're 17.
The 17 to 17?
18th, right? Aren't they 17?
Well, let's take a look at the standings right now. We're actually both wrong. They're 18 and 18. They're looking for their 19th win, John.
You're right. Yes.
See, that's we're both wrong on that. But John, for them to be 18 and 18 at this point is just absurd, and we'll dive into how that has happened. But right now, I just want to take a look at the standings that we could talk about a little bit. First, just a brief overview of the Western Conference. We'll just touch up on that or drop. A surprise to many are how well the Utah Jazz have been playing this season. Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Joe Ingles, and of course
awesome.
George Niang. Say that again.
absolutely loved what Donovan said last night. It's getting out of hand. It's like, it's getting out of hand, man. Like, we all see what's going on. It's got to stop.
Last night, Donovan Mitchell had some rough words, which I assume he will be fined for, about the NBA officials. But they're number one in the Western Conference with a record of 27-9. I didn't think they'd mesh that well, especially with the people are saying they were falling out with Gobert and Mitchell last year.
Yeah, I was hoping we could pull out some Donovan.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not going to happen.
Donovan's a New York guy. You never know. But this season doesn't look like it.
Sadly.
Second place, another... before the season started, this is one of my main predictions that the Phoenix Suns were going to do well. There's just... I think there's a great group of young and, they have Chris Paul. I like...
Yeah, but they haven't gotten any injuries. The Lakers have had injuries. The Clippers have had injuries.
The Spurs.
I almost bet they're not going to be in the playoffs.
The Spurs
Portland's
or the Clippers
had injuries. The Spurs, I bet you they trade DeRozan.
LaMarcus.
Yeah, they're not going to keep him. He won't stay there. Unless,
but everyone...
he's a max player, I guess.
At the beginning of the season, the Dallas Mavericks looked like we were going to be getting a very nice pick. They haven't looked too great, especially in this tough Western Conference. But they've battled back.
Look at their record. They're better than us.
They're 17-16 in a tough Western Conference. A shock to me was actually the Houston Rockets, and that might come to a surprise.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Really bad. After they traded away their superstars in the offseason, Westbrook, the Beard, and Westbrook, I didn't think they were gonna do great, but they've lost 13 in a row. Christian Wood has been injured for 14 games, so that makes sense. But with Victor Oladipo, and I really didn't see them losing that many games. 13 in a row.
I watched the Yes broadcast briefly last night, very briefly. But Richard Jefferson said something very funny. Like, is it just me, guys? Or is John Wall and Victor Oladipo taking turns at one-on-one? That was pretty funny.
RJ's a funny guy.
Yeah.
A weird funny guy.
Yeah.
But RJ's a...
And, one more thing on, the Dallas thing. It just shows, we all think the Knicks are really good, but in reality, they're at best, a mediocre team. We just haven't had a good team in so long. We're just, hyping them up so much. The only reason they have this record is because the East is so bad.
Exactly.
We've played no one. No one.
I think it plays in part with we haven't had this type of team in a while, and also the East is awful.
That's what I just said.
We are
the team's not that good. They're mediocre. They're not bad. I don't think they're a bad team.
We're not bad.
I don't think they're a good team.
We're the 4th/5th seed, depending on the day you watch this, and we're also only 2 games out of 11th place. So
yeah. Oh yeah. I thought you were about to say 3rd.
There's really not much room, and there's also just so many bad teams that are also just shockingly decent, like us. I think that
my prediction is that they're probably going to make it to play-in tournament as a 9
play-in tournament, which is I believe the top 10 teams.
The Raptors are going to heat up. The Heat are definitely going to heat up. The Celtics are definitely going to heat up. I think Charlotte.
Want to put down a signature John NBA final. Oh, actually, hold on. A John signature NBA play-in Eastern Conference team.
Okay, the Knicks and the Hornets.
Knicks and the Hornets. All right,
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
Yeah, because
John Burke.
The Pacers will get in there. They're really good. They're much better than us.
Mm-hmm.
We just happened to play better than them that one game.
RJ actually looks like a menace.
If RJ played that way against every other team, we'd be a really good team.
It was like last year against Dallas. Remember when KP came back and we just looked like a rejuvenated nation?
Badly not, 'cause I didn't really watch the Knicks.
But, see, this is a bandwagon. I'm just joking.
I'm not joking. That's a joke.
That's a joke.
That is a joke. I watched the games, but I wasn't that into them. Like, it's just like, William, would you consider yourself a Rangers fan?
No.
Like,
Okay,
I
I
was a
agree.
casual Knicks fan,
I agree.
like, before this year. And
I know I'm a
now I'm a
below
diehard Knicks
casual
fan,
Rangers
and I
fan.
know as much as the Knicks as a team this year as you do. So, it's not like
See, for me, there are some people I know, not to call out names or anything, and this is not just one person. I know many people that say, quote, like, let's say the Knicks are playing a bad team, like the Cleveland
yes, I
Cavaliers.
know that person too. And I know multiple people like that. We're not going to name names, but he's drippy. I will say
He
that.
is drippy. But I would watch the Knicks, and this is every year, if they're playing the Cavs, if they're playing the Lakers, if they're playing the Clippers, if
I
they're playing
rejoice
the
at playing a
Suns.
bad team. We're going to
I
win.
enjoy it. We're going to win, right? And as Walt says now, and Mike says, no, it's actually Kenny. Hold on. I do a great Kenny Albert on MSG Networks. He goes, well, Walt, the Knicks are winning the games they're supposed to now. Right? You actually see
That's
that.
the difference.
That's the difference. But how about we talk about some of the? We talked about it a couple episodes ago. But how about we talk about what players and what actually is guiding them to this record? If we take a look at the stats on the actual team, not much has changed since last month when we talked about this. But Julius Randle still leading the Knicks in points, around 23
That was
points
a
a game.
lot different. I don't even remember the last time we talked about it, but like that was just a couple good stretches of games. Like last time we talked about it.
Exactly. But Julius Randle
Like now
now
it's like consistent.
exactly.
Although he seemed very, very, very tired against the Spurs. I was almost saying he should not play today. I think he should possibly play the first half. If we're winning, I wouldn't even put him in. I don't even know why he's in the All-Star game. I mean, he looks like dead. He looks so overplayed. Like when they played the Pistons in Detroit and he was in the whole.
I don't know. Yeah, I watched Stephen A. Smith the other day, and I agree with him 100%. We talked about this. Why is they were winning? I know you don't want to let the lead slip away, but if you do bring back, right? I mean, they're winning by what was it, 19 at one point with 6 minutes or 7 minutes?
It was like maybe 10, and it
Uh-huh.
was like then they really expanded it.
Yeah, they expanded
Like,
it with
why is
around.
let Theo Pinson play? He's just as good as Julius. Like
He can't have one without the
maybe.
other.
I mean, I'd say he's more important than Julius easily. Culture is very important. Culture is more important than talent. You know that. We all know that. We all know that.
That's a
KD
debate
and
for another
horrible.
time.
The Nets have horrible culture. That's why they're going to lose in the first round.
Excuse me,
to the
Kyrie
Heat.
Irving enjoys raving his plan around. That's the culture.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving is not good for team culture.
Oh, you know who is though? Timothé Luwawu.
Camaro.
There you go. But with that, Julius selected to his first All-Star appearance, so well selected to the skills competition later this weekend. I look forward to seeing him there. If he,
Yes, I'm sort of bummed out it's all in one day though. That sort of annoys me.
I'm not too thrilled with him playing that many unnecessary minutes. I mean, that's what Thib does, and I mean, it's working. He said, Walt said he talked to him. He said he was, quote, I believe it was just, I'm not tired at all.
Walt talked to Julius?
Yeah, not, you mean Julius.
Off
and the
air?
Delta MSG Studios.
I was thinking
Julius is playing like an absolute MVP for our team. He is the guy who is making it all come together.
He has had an auspicious half this year. Auspicious half.
Auspicious. Another auspicious player, especially in the last couple of games. He's had a couple. He's been a little spotty here and there this season, and that's going to be, of course, Rowan RJ Barrett, also known as the menace to the Bankers Life Fieldhouse. John, what have you seen in RJ, especially coming out of the slump? And he looks like he's very confident with that 3-point stroke.
Yeah, in the beginning of the year, you can remember I was saying let's just trade him to Houston. He clearly cannot shoot. Which I mean, I would have traded him to Houston. I don't care how good he is. He's not ever going to be as good as James Harden. But I mean, he's playing well. He can shoot at one thing. He can only shoot in one scenario, and he shoots probably like 45%. in that scenario, which is like catch and
And
shoot.
what scenario is this, John?
It's catch and shoot. He cannot move and catch. That doesn't work. He needs to be set feet, catch, elbow facing the rim, like Clyde says,
Like
and
Clyde says.
shooting it. No movement is good for him.
On
In
that
the
on
paint,
the right elbow, right?
yeah, because
I could just
he's
see he
left.
goes like
In the
this.
paint, he's an elite player. In the paint, he's
Elite.
elite. An elite
He does
player.
that. I love that move he does.
Top 20 player in the paint. Guard in the paint.
There are two moves he does in the paint which I really love. There's a move where he does like just a tough drive to the basket if there's a big man on the left to just go up. But you know the other move I'm talking about, John, where he like wraps it in the basket, and that's gonna be his like patented move now. It's like a wrap in the basket, and it looks like it's really high off the arc of the basket, but it just suddenly goes in, and that's become a move.
And do you know what's great? In the beginning of the game, Bullock always hits this like deep three. That's always great.
With this form.
Yeah, and it's like such a weird form.
But it's always at the beginning.
He always is so trash in the second half, but he always plays well in the first quarter.
Speaking of threes for RJ, he's averaging around 35 from three. But the real three-point specialist is actually, when you think about it statistically, and you could see it, Derrick Rose. Someone who is.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Frank Ntilikina. Sorry.
Well, I wouldn't. He looked great the other night,
Kidding,
but I'm not.
But he did shoot very well 2 nights ago.
Splendid. But Derrick Rose coming over in a trade, which we haven't touched about. So bang bang, John, give me a bang bang breaking news.
Bang! High bang levels.
High bang levels. Wow.
Me and
Derrick Rose
did not like that trade when it first happened.
Yeah, we didn't not. Okay, this is. We were together when this was. It was in the books. We were getting some frozen yogurt, safely, of course. We were getting our favorite frozen yogurt. We saw this. This was our first thought. We just talk about it. That's what we do. Me and John, we have that connection.
We talked over like men.
Like men. No outside distractions. But this was our thought, and we've been really wrong on this, and I'll admit it.
Yeah.
We said.
Well, we didn't think Quigley could play a shooting guard. We thought he needed the ball.
That's exactly what we said. That's exactly what we also said. Sure, we'll take him. We're not playing Dennis Smith, so you could take him. But why do we need Derrick Rose if we are trying to do quickly? And many of our friends said they didn't want Elfrid Payton, and that's where me and John really agree on. There are many people on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube,
that was
on
one
Facebook.
right when we traded for him. He was playing really well,
and he still was playing really well up until the injury. Which
I didn't even notice the injury, and now he's like Giancarlo Stanton. He's like out for like 2 months for nothing. I don't even know what's happening.
But he was playing really well. He was driving. He was hustling.
Yeah,
we didn't think we needed we didn't need a change, in our opinion. But now, the blessing in disguise, him going out with his injury for what is it? It'll be his 4th or 5th game, I believe.
Oh, is he gonna play today?
No, he's doubtful for tonight. But I mean, it's
Where
been.
Do you see this?
I have my sources on my.
What about Taj?
Taj also questionable, so we'll see tonight what happens.
Shouldn't we if he's hurt? I feel like we should. Well, I'm gonna ask you a question, William.
Well,
do you feel like it'd be a good idea to trade for a star, given that the team has such a great chemistry right now? Because in the beginning of the year, we would say, "Hell yes, let's go trade for Bradley Beal."
Exactly.
Would you do that now?
So, John, it's a tough question, and I'm gonna answer it, and also ask you a question in the back answer. Right? The chemistry right now looks great. Julius Randle looks great, but do you want Julius to be that superstar, or do you want Julius to leave, get a better superstar, either leave via free agency, via a trade that you would be getting a superstar, or do you want to go with the route of get rid of your young guys, bring in a second star with Julius, and go that route, ruin some chemistry, but have a really good team? So what I would do, John? Nothing right now. Nothing.
Okay,
I don't really. I want them to make the playoffs, which they look like they could. I'm just saying that. And I'm not
they could
expecting a
definitely make
finals
the
ring.
playoffs. Now, I could definitely see them like being over 500. I could see them being the 4 seed. I could see it
And
happening.
I'm not expecting a ring. So, I mean, I wait till the offseason. The group of guys right now, Leon Rose has done a great job. If you want to get rid of Frank, if you want to just get rid of guys, not for cap space, just to get rid of, yeah, they have a lot of players. I
Okay,
do that. That's my opinion. What's your opinion? I'll
I
bounce
think
back.
there's 3 routes. 2 of them I like. So the first route, which is my favorite route, is just not to do anything. I wouldn't do anything. And the second route, which is interesting, you trade for someone like Victor Oladipo or Andre Drummond, where you don't have to give up much. And like they're 1 year. There's no commitment at all. And then there's the second route. I mean the third route, which I find very interesting. So Julius, for what he's playing right now, he's on a very valuable contract.
1 more year of. Actually, it's
Very
not really.
valuable. Why don't you trade for a star and go all out? I bet you don't we have 2 max spots? Don't we have 2?
Well, including
With
the Randall
Julius?
contract. Well, the
With
Randall contract's voided because it's a team option, right?
Well, I know, but with him, is there 2 max spots?
With
There
us,
probably is.
with us picking up the team contract.
Yes, probably. There's probably 2 max spots. There probably is.
With the players on contract right now, probably yes.
Okay, so you can take Bradley Beal. Like I've said it, Julius is not a 1. Like he's not. He's a
He's not a
very
what?
good 2. He's a very good 2. Like Julius is an okay 1. Like, but you're not going to win a
And
championship.
when you mean 1, you mean superstar, main
Yeah.
star, like a.
Yeah, like he's not going to win you a championship. He's a very good 2, and he's not on a max. It's very valuable. And personally, I don't want to give him a max at all. His game, I don't want to give him the max. I feel like there's much better resources.
I call that. You know what I call that? I call that the Rudy Gobert clause.
I
Not
don't want
clause, but
to do that. So you trade for Bradley Beal, and then in the offseason, you trade for someone or you sign. I don't know who free agents are this offseason.
see, I think that messes
Best
up.
free agent DeMar DeRozan.
I think that messes up everything at the moment.
Well, that's the win now route. That's the win now route.
If you
have
want
a very, very good contract with Julius, given how he's playing. You
or
have an all-star, and all all-stars are basically given the max, which is the stupidest thing. They should redo that, because why, if you're an all-star, you should be getting the max? Like, that makes almost no sense. Like, Julius is not, like, a top-tier player. Like, a 3-tier player. A tier 3 player. Like, he's probably a top 30 player. Like,
not
he should
not
be
30,
getting it.
not 30.
What do you think?
Top 20 player. Well,
I disagree.
John,
I think he's having a very good year.
here's what you also could do. Ready? You say that he's such on a cheap contract, right? And I'll get his contract up right now.
I think he's on a very cheap.
His contract is 3-year, 62 million, which is 20 million. That's
Kawhi Leonard's a
not
free agent.
Who is?
Kawhi Leonard.
So he's on. If you pick him up for next year, you're paying him You're paying him 19 million, right? You're paying him $20 million if you pick that up, and that's what I think they should do. Play the season out. If they have a blockbuster deal in place, giving them, a star and picks, like a lot of picks for like Wizards or even the Rockets, do that. But what I would do is I'd keep this team, see where it takes you. I mean, it would be very unlucky, I guess you would say.
We're gonna have two. Likely,
I know.
We're gonna have 2 lottery.
Hear me out.
picks.
Hear me out. You take the season, right? You go to the offseason, you get rid of whoever you need, and you re-sign Julius. Not re-sign. You just accept that contract, the team contract. It's not a player. You can accept it. And keep him on that contract. Then either bring in a trade or a free agent along with Julius on that cheap contract, and keep RJ. And I think that's the route they should do.
well, what's going to be a good trade piece if we do it? We're likely going to have, most likely going to have one lottery pick this year, no matter what. I'd say there's a good chance we're going to have 2 lottery picks this year.
And that would be, of course, from us and Mavericks.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance of that. Because, let's be honest, the Knicks probably are not. I mean, they could. I could see it happening, but there's probably a greater chance they don't make the playoffs than they do. And the Mavericks, unless they really start going, I don't think they're making the playoffs. So, 2 lottery picks is really good. Like, you can trade that. Although I don't like. Apparently, Kawhi is a free agent. Like, I didn't know that. Although I thought, doesn't he have like an out or an in? Like, doesn't Paul George? No.
Probably does.
No. Because then he signed a 3-year deal 3 years ago.
Well, you know what? That's the power of me right now. Kawhi Leonard's contract is right here. He's not on contract for next year, but it is a player option for next year. Player option.
He'll opt in.
For $36 million, I think he should opt in.
Whatever I mean, that doesn't matter. I bet he opts out and then comes back and he'll get more money. I bet that's what I'm doing.
That's very probable. Another thing that we could talk about is the young guys for the future and right now. You have some terrific young pieces, and then you also have some pieces that are really you're not sure right now. In the terrific ones, I would categorize. Hopefully, Mitchell Robinson's 100% after he
he's
rehabs.
a good player. He's a really good player.
Well, I think in the terrific category of the rookies, yes, I categorize Robinson and RJ in terrific. Emmanuel quickly as up and coming terrific. But I really think if you want to build around RJ, would you build around RJ or just get rid of him for a?
Definitely not. I would definitely not do that. But do you know what's also an interesting thing? If Cat wants out, that is the one player I would really give a lot for, because he fixes all our problems. He spaces the floor, which greatly helps Randall and RJ. He can shoot.
Well, you're keeping Randall with that trade.
I know. He spaces out the floor for Randall, and Barrett. He can. I don't know about the defense though. I don't think he's that good of a defender. So definitely is a worse defender than Noel and Mitchell.
Well, of course. Well, you know why? Because Noel and Mitchell can't shoot. They don't stretch.
Well, yeah, that's not why they're. Yeah, but in our system, I don't know. I just think Cat is the best player for us who could potentially be traded, and I would give up. I'd give Mitchell. Give up. I'd give up Mitchell. I'd give up Knox. I'd give up 3 firsts.
John, you know what I would not give up though right now? To hear from our sponsor, Anchor. And we're back. Thank you, Anchor, for sponsoring today's episode as usual. John,
yes.
Let's take a little bit of a look at the Knicks' upcoming schedule and where you think quickly Rose and eventually when Elfrid Payton returns, how they're going to be on their next trip after the All-Star break.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
They only have a couple days off on the All-Star break. It's more of an All-Star weekend, I would say. But the full schedule was released. They have a little bit of a tough and not tough schedule at the same time. Next Thursday. You're right there, John?
I just looked at the schedule.
You want to go over it, or
we can go over it. I have one question though. One quick question. Who would you say is the most untouchable player on the team? And then if you answer the question, I'll ask a separate question if you answer a question in a way that needs a second question.
The most untouchable player?
Yeah.
You want my opinion?
Yes. I know who you're gonna say
Quickly.
because it's like the flashy opinion. This is gonna be my second question if you did someone else.
Quickly.
Yeah, that was gonna be my second question. Like, if you said like Randall, it's gonna be like Barrett or Quickly. I don't know. I definitely If you asked me that a month ago, I'd say definitely Quickly. Although I disagree with that now. I think it's close, but I don't think I'd trade either of them unless it was someone like James Harden.
So you're going with Barrett, and I'm going with Quickly.
Untouchable list goes Barrett, Quickly, Randall, Obi.
But your number one.
I would
is
not give
Barrett.
up Barrett. I would only give up Barrett for Harden, and like as I've said many times, I said it when he was available. Like, let's just trade for Harden. He makes us an immediate top 5 team in the conference. Like, other people will want to come here. Like, you can just get any free agent. Well, they'll come, and like you have these like mini guys. Like Iman Shumpert is probably a quality player. Like Noah Vonleh is a quality player. Andre Robinson, like a quality player. Like all these people come, and you got these like guys like Garrett Temple always follows the good team, except this year. You always
That's
get
very
those
true.
types of players.
But I'm going with Quickly, and Randall's, believe me, really not really close on that list. I just think that they found a really good stud rookie, and I love the way he plays.
Like, I don't know why we didn't keep the Argentine guy.
Well, now look at you.
I wonder how he's doing.
But
I know
now
he's
let's
in
take
the
a
Thunder organization, and he can't be better than that weird-looking white guy.
no. Mike Breen, one of Mike Breen's favorite prospects on the Oklahoma system, is Alex. I don't want to butcher the name, but I believe it's Alexis Pokrashevsky. I know that. But John, we're going to take a look at the upcoming schedule for the next week after the break. The break ends on Thursday, and we have the first game. It's going to be a little bit of a tough one, but you know who took the dub in Milwaukee before? That'd be us. Play Milwaukee in Milwaukee at 8 o'clock, normal time. The only reason I mentioned time is, John, we play Oklahoma City Saturday at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
At 2.
That's 1 p.m. in Oklahoma.
But 2? I haven't had a 2 game in a while.
Why is there an 8 o'clock game in Milwaukee? Because it's a 7 o'clock game in Milwaukee. Why is there 10 o'clock games in Los Angeles?
John called me around a week ago when they released the national television schedule.
Oh, I was very
And
upset.
what were the words you uttered to me?
They gave us petty national televised games. They didn't even give us real ones. The ESPN ones aren't even national televised. They're going to be on MSG. Like, give us
I agree with him.
primetime games. Give us a TNT. Like, you're telling me the Hornets get a TNT game over us? Like, are you kidding me? In Charlotte? Charlotte's a nice city, but Charlotte? And, like, I guarantee you, like, I don't know. I just find it very unsettling. We have games against the Nets. All our games are against the Nets, and we're gonna get killed in every single one of them. Such a shame. We're gonna look so poor on national television.
The games that I circle are going to be, I think, the Washington. We have 2 back-to-back Washington games at home, which I think are very pivotal games.
That's a shame. Someone has to get COVID. I don't want to play them back. Well, that's not back-to-back. Never mind. We'll
Never say that. That came out bad.
Well, William, you know what I mean. Like, we lose back-to-back. I mean, not like that, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
You know we lose.
Yeah, I know exactly what I mean. And then there's a stretch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a 6-game homestand in April against some mediocre teams. New Orleans, Charlotte, Atlanta, Toronto, Phoenix, Chicago.
Those are all winnable games, except for the Suns game. We'll get blown out. Watch us win that game.
And 3 out of the
NBA
6
TV,
are on
NBA TV. That's the MSG game. That's not NBA TV. That's NBA TV streaming the MSG game on their network.
Well, you know what, John? I hate the players only. That's one of my pet peeves. You ever watch the players only when they have a
NBA TV doesn't even work for me. Broken.
But broken. I love
Well,
when
you
NBA TV
want
is
to go
broken.
over these games? Bucks 10 times better than us. Thunder will probably beat them because that's the way our season's gone. We always swip. We always swip. I mean, like you know what I mean. Flip with Western teams. Like we'll lose to the Nets. We'll lose to the Sixers. I mean, not lose, but like they're better. They're better. We're better than the Magic. Sixers are better. We're better than the Wizards. Better than the Wizards. Bucks. We're better. They're better than us. The Heat are better than us. We're gonna beat Timberwolves. Although, I mean, they're really bad. The Mavericks, they're probably gonna end up beating us. Although that's a team I can see us winning against. Another media.
And
We
the
always win against
Mavericks
them.
face off the first game.
Huh?
First game of April. First game of April,
Yeah,
Mavericks.
Pistons will beat them. Nets, they're gonna claw. I doubt we win a game against the Nets this year. I'd be shocked if we do. If we do, you'll see me like saying booked ring ceremony already. Man, I would just be shocked if we beat them. That'd be a high. That would
Full
be
strength
the high
or
this
half strength?
Huh? What?
Full strength or half strength? Full strength Nets or half strength Nets?
It doesn't matter. I bet you they beat us without any of their guys.
And then after that,
they'll beat us.
we
With
take a
Harden,
trip.
they beat us. With any combination, they'll beat us.
We take a trip to Boston. I think that could be
that would be telling because that's a team where I'm like, they're so much better than us. But I mean, I don't know. Our last game's against Boston. I almost feel like that's gonna be like a game like to get in. Then we have this absolutely grueling, like road stretch. I like the end at the beginning of May.
Grueling stretch.
Rockets, Grizzlies, Nuggets, Suns, Clippers, Lakers. Then we have 3 straight games against mediocre teams to finish the year off.
Well, that only time could tell those results, but hopefully we're back on full strength. Rob gets back. Uncle Taj comes back, and I'm excited for Taj to come back. The only concern,
I love
I want. Let's talk about this for a second. Where do you see? What do you think happens when Peyton does come back? What?
Yeah, the same thing's gonna happen.
No difference. No, they're not gonna be. They're not gonna start Rose. They're gonna. Do you think?
No, I wouldn't start Rose because Peyton's not like that. He needs other people around him. Rose does not need other people. That's why Quickly doesn't start. That's why we both support Quickly coming off the bench. That's actually not true. You didn't want Quickly starting?
No, I said no. Oh yes, that one game I would have rather.
I wasn't there for the initial conversation. I was there for the afterthought.
The afterthought. So John, we have the All-Star break coming up. Hopefully Julius can take a rest, even though he has to play. But I think
if maybe who was it like? Lou Will made the All-Star team one year and he like didn't play, and like Jimmy Butler went berserk, or was it? Because Jimmy Butler was definitely involved in that something, and like someone went berserk because he didn't play. Like, do you know what I'm talking about though?
Yeah. Hold on.
Like, I don't know if it was Jimmy in the game or Jimmy out of it, but Jimmy was involved. I think it might have been Lou Will. Or it might have been Pat Beverly. No, the Pat Beverly.
Oh, yeah, it was Lou Will who called out Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Like, there was some conference. I knew it was them two. I didn't know which way it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, bro, like, what are you doing, man? Like, you're not playing. You gotta get out there. Like, I don't think Julius should play. Okay, wait. Before this, because I know it's... Well, we're not going to have a podcast out before. Predictions for the All-Star festivities. Because that's very important.
Predictions right now. And then we will, of course, cover them next week. All right. Predictions. I'm going to go...
You want me to read you the participants?
The participants for the game or for the...
No.
The 3-point?
Okay, we're going to do Rise. No, we're not going to do Rise. Skills, 3, dunk. You want me to read you for the dunk? You know the dunk.
Yep. Okay, so for those who don't know, I will tell. In the dunk competition, you have Cassius Stanley, one of Mike Breen's new favorite prospects.
Okay, that wasn't even okay. Mike. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Clyde. You're thinking about Clyde, and that was Edmund Sumter. That was Edmund Sumter. Yeah, Sumner. Cassius Stanley hasn't been on the Pacers. Hasn't he been in the G League?
Really?
Yeah. I don't think he's played. He has not played. I swear, the most recent dunk that was against us. I'm gonna go to the game. Pacers. I doubt you. Cassius Stanley played in that game. He didn't.
Well,
It was Edmund Sumner. He's been in the G League.
Cassius Stanley has only played in 8 games. Yes.
Exactly. He hasn't. He's thinking about Edmund Sumner. Someone better get
Edmund
his head
Sumner.
right.
I'm sorry. But for dunk, you want to start the people participating. You have Cassius Stanley, not Edmund Sumner. You have Cassius Stanley, Anthony Simons, as well as our own Obi Toppin. Prediction for the winner, John.
Cassius Stanley.
All right. John says Stanley. I am gonna go with Simons.
Okay, we both didn't pick toppings. You're like, it's gonna be biased.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think Cassius is so nasty. At dunking at Duke, he was so good.
Skills is next, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, okay. Let me read you his skills. Covington. Why is Covington there? Like, wouldn't they want all All-Stars so they don't have to test as many people? Like, why? He's such a misfit. Like, why is he there? Like, you can easily have someone like Jason Taylor. He was already in it. Or, like, I don't know. Like, man,
read off the participants.
Okay. Robert Covington, Luka, CP3, Julius DeMontis, Vucevic.
I was gonna go Vucevic too.
I'm not going Vucevic. I didn't say that. I was just re-correcting. You go first. I'm not picking him. You can pick him.
For me, I'm going Vucevic.
Okay, I'm going Chris Paul.
Ooh, Chris Paul. I think that the what's it called? The knight in shining armor. I don't know. I would say Luka. No, Julius too, right? Julius is playing.
Julius, he's in it. I don't really see it. Although
he'll run down the court after throwing the ball.
It all depends on the shot.
I think he'll run down the ball. He'll be like, look at me. He'll go like this, and then he'll go.
Yeah, I just think Chris Paul is just such.
It all depends on the 3-point shot for Julius.
Yeah. Okay, and the 3-point contest: Booker, Brown, Curry, Levine, Mitchell, Tatum.
You want to go first?
Yeah. Real consensus pick here. Steph Curry's gonna win.
I go Lillard.
Lillard?
Yeah.
Lillard's not in it.
Oh, he declined. I read today he declined. My apologies.
Yeah, he's hurt or something.
No, he just didn't want to do it. Then I'll go Curry too.
Okay, well now I'm gonna change it since you took Curry.
No.
No, because I want to have different people every time.
You picked it, so I change.
Okay, who are you gonna pick? I have one person who I could be a very big
Levine.
Sleeper. That's who I was thinking. They always, like a sleeper always wins the 3-point contest. It's always some random like Buddy Hield won it too.
Well, it was Joe Harris. Joey Buckets was on fire that one year. Was that 2 years ago? Or last year? No, Joey.
I don't really remember. But like Buddy Hield won it last year. Like the most random people win it always. Like who won? Like Booker won it the year before. Like these are good players, but they're not like the best. Like out of
now, important question for you. Final thing.
What?
Final thing. Who's the MVP of the All-Star game?
Oh. I'm gonna go with damn, you gotta give me a second. I gotta look at the rosters.
I have my pick, so I'm waiting for you.
No, you go first. You go first.
Want to know my pick?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with Big Joel Embiid.
Okay. Mine's Luka.
Who?
Luka.
Luka. My sleeper pick is actually Zion Famous Noodles, Zion Williamson.
No, it's gonna be a starter. It has to be a starter. The bench doesn't play enough.
Yeah, that's it doesn't. Do you know who the
They-
coaches are?
It's Quinn Snyder and Doc.
It's Doc.
Doc, yeah.
I like that. I like it.
I
Well,
think Thibodeau should be that. He'd be so bad. He'd be like, guys, run, guys, run.
if you like, Julius Strolwolf, run.
How's good, Julius. That's much more of a like.
Obi! I remember
It's
what you
much
heard.
more like a
Obi!
It's
He's a crazy
yell. Like
He's a
like,
crazy
like,
guy.
Mike always says like it's such a distinct voice. Like I don't even notice when he's yelling. He's quiet.
Are you kidding me?
I can't.
You've never been to. I was at a year, not years ago, but I was at one of the Minnesota games he coached. First of all, he had the referees' names on the floor, and it was Ken Mauer. So we go, Kenny, you gotta call that, Kenny. You gotta call that. It's and the way he wears the mask with the big ears. It's like, well, we made our Knicks appreciation, what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. Hopefully, they win tonight and take a nice rest, and everybody's feeling better. And we also made our all-star projections. We have I have Simons. He is Stanley. I have Vucevic. He is CB3. I have Lavinia as Curry, and I have Embiid winning MVP, and he is Luka, respectively. John, it's been a good episode. Hopefully, the Knicks keep it up. Want to take us out, or you want me to do the honors? I recommend you do it.
William.
All right.
Oh, wait. I got one actually.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna butcher it. Oh, I don't remember the. Okay, as Clyde Frazier says, that shot was the Dowager of Death. What is it? What's the something of death?
What?
What's the like after Patty Mills had that three? Like what was it? The something of death. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Well, no. You just switch it. Say, or you could go Iron Eagle. Oh, episode 30! That's a man's episode! How about that?
Wait.
Oh, how about that?
Hey, you do it. I'm just finding this.
You could do it. Say, episode 30, that's a...
fans. Hey, do bird. Do pass it how it goes.
Oh, episode 30, that's a man's episode! The John gets the William.
One last thing. Derek Dietrich's making a roster. He's my guy.
And with that, see you next week. Stay safe. Knicks looking good. Adios.